Once upon a time, in a village surrounded by hills and forests, a man named Anwar watched his son Rafi struggle to find his place in the world. In their community, a boy's worth was measured by his ability to follow traditional paths, farming, carpentry, or trade. But Rafi didn't fit any of these molds. He stumbled through tasks, his hands clumsy in the fields and his mind distracted elsewhere. The villagers were quick to judge. Anwar's boy is useless, they said. He's a dreamer with no value. The words stung, but Rafi bore them in silence. Anwar, however, refused to let his son believe the cruel remarks. "You're not useless," he often reminded him. "You're just different. Your path is your own to carve." Rafi found solace in art and stories. While others worked under the sun, he wandered the forests, sketching vivid landscapes and writing tales of imaginary lands. But his passion only deepened the villagers' scorn. "Dreams don't feed a family," they muttered. Even Rafi began to doubt himself. Was his father's belief in him misplaced? One day, news spread of a harvest fair, a grand event where villagers could showcase their skills. Anwar encouraged Rafi to participate. "Share your work," he urged. "Let the world see what I see in you." Rafi hesitated. "What if they laugh at me?" "They might," Anwar admitted. "But they might not. You'll never know unless you try." With his father's encouragement, Rafi spent weeks preparing. He selected his best paintings and practiced reading excerpts from his stories. On the day of the fair, the village square buzzed with activity. Stalls overflowing with goods, music filling the air, and laughter echoing through the streets. Rafi's modest booth, tucked in a quiet corner, went unnoticed at first. Hours passed with little interest. Doubts crept in as he watched others succeed. But then, a young girl stopped in front of his paintings, her eyes wide with wonder. "It's beautiful," she whispered. Her parents joined her, and soon, a small crowd gathered around his booth. One man pointed to a painting of the forest at dawn. "How did you capture the light like that?" he asked. Another marveled at the detail in a portrait of the village bridge. Encouraged by their curiosity, Rafi began to read from one of his stories. His voice was shaky at first, but as the words flowed, the crowd grew silent. His tale transported them to a world of wonder, far from their everyday lives. When he finished, the applause was loud and genuine. Villagers who had once dismissed him now looked at him with admiration. Word of his talent spread quickly. By the end of the fair, Rafi had sold nearly all his paintings, and a merchant from another town commissioned a series of illustrations. In the days that followed, the whispers in the village changed. No longer was Rafi called the useless son. He was now the artist, a source of pride for the community. Children looked up to him, inspired by his courage to follow his passions. Parents began to reconsider what success meant, encouraging their children to explore their own unique talents. For Rafi, the recognition was rewarding, but it was his father's pride that meant the most. "I always knew you had it in you," Anwar said, his voice thick with emotion. Rafi continued to create, his art and stories reaching far beyond the village. Yet, he never forgot where he came from. He used his success to give back, funding art programs for children and teaching others to embrace their individuality. His journey became a testament to the power of resilience and self-belief. Rafi had turned scorn into strength and redefined what it meant to succeed. So, the next time you're quick to judge someone as useless, remember Rafi's story. Everyone has a unique gift, waiting to be discovered. Sometimes, all it takes is the courage to break the mold and carve your own path. This is Sparks Wisdom. See you next time.